Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to show you how to use the website Brickognize to identify Lego parts and Lego minifigures, and I'm going to show you how to use it on the site, and I'm also going to show you how to use it within BrickStore when uploading parts to Bricklink. It's super easy, but over the last few videos and the last couple of live streams that I've done, people have asked, how do you identify these parts? And so for those that don't know about Brickognize yet, I'm just going to show you how it works and give you a couple tips and tricks that I found so far using the site. But before we get started, I do have a Bricklink order to show you, so let's get into it. Okay, this order is from Dylan. Dylan is all in 1261, and I don't know if you all saw my post that I did recently about sort of the Wolfpack, the new Beastmaster CMF, and just all the turmoil surrounding it in terms of just its availability and scalpers. And I kind of just went down like a rabbit hole, and I just saw how many people were just so upset about it. And I was thankful and lucky to get a bunch of them for myself, my personal collection, and like army building in the future. I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them, but I decided to list a couple. I basically split up the entire CMF. I just parted it out, so all of the parts are separate, and I listed them for significantly cheaper. One of the cheapest stores in the US for these parts, because I can't do a lot, but at least maybe someone who really wants to get a hold of some of the parts will be able to get them. Because I know for me personally, like the Wolfpack torso, like I'm really excited to army build with this. The armor plating that is on the arms is so cool. And there's just a bunch of different ways that I'm excited to use that for my own custom stuff. And I thought other people would like it. And sure enough, Dylan did just the thing. So I listed two parted out Beastmasters, and Dylan came through the store and bought one cape, one wolf, and one torso. So he could have just cleared me out. He could have bought all of them, and that was kind of why I did it like a little bit cheaper, but also I didn't want to make it so cheap that people were going to necessarily then want to buy it and then resell it again. I wanted people to genuinely have access to some of the parts that they wanted. And apparently Dylan did just that. So that makes me feel really good, actually, because I was a little skeptical about doing it that way, but he wanted the cape, he wanted the wolf, and he wanted the torso, but didn't take the head, the legs, the shield, right? And so thank you so much, Dylan, for this order. And then also some other heads as well. But thank you so much for the order, Dylan. I really appreciate it. It is on its way. Okay, so the first thing you do is you head to brickognize.com. There's how it is spelled. I will also link it in the description below. Super simple site. All you got to do is click one of two buttons. You can either upload a photo that you have from your computer. Maybe you took a screenshot of a part or a piece and you want to use that, or you can use the camera function. I always use the camera function, and all you really need is a webcam of some sort. You could even use the webcam that is right into your laptop if you want. But I'm going to click camera, and that's going to open up this camera that I have sitting right over here. And all you have to do now is just put a part underneath it, and it will scan it. So you're just going to hold that there. Got a little blaster. You can either hit spacebar, or you can click the camera shutter button right there, and boom, it will pull up exactly the part, and it will also allow you to link it right to Bricklink. So you can click there to copy the link, or you can just click right on the Bricklink ID. It will take you right to bricklink.com and all of the listings for that specific part. It's super simple, very cool, and I found that it is incredibly fast and very accurate. So if you want to do it again, just go back over to here. Let's move this out of the way. Let's put in a sticker piece. And that sticker piece right there, hit spacebar, boom. Immediately it pulls it up. So it shows you what brick it's from, and then you can, of course, click it on Bricklink, and it will show you what set it appears in and all of that good stuff. Very, very helpful when identifying Lego parts. Now, if you are a Bricklink seller like myself, and you use BrickStore to upload Bricklink parts, then you are in luck because you can use the power of Brickognize within BrickStore. So once you have a file open, you can go here to the plus button. And then this is where, of course, you can type in the piece number, the minifigure number, any sort of keywords. But if you go right over to here and you click this, it will open up your webcam. And just like the webcam you were using on Brickognize.com. Now, you can select your camera here. If it doesn't automatically open up a camera, you can select one here in the drop-down menu, but generally speaking, I find that it finds whatever camera is not in use currently. And then all you have to do is do the exact same thing as you did. So you hit spacebar, and boom, it pulls up the 1x6 plate. And of course, here you can select the color. And so this is blue. And then you just click add. And now you have your part into the BrickStore file. It is just that simple. Now, a couple other things that you can do with it is you can also use it for minifigures. So let's go back to the camera button. And let's slide Aragorn in here and see what gets pulled up. And you hit spacebar. And now it says no matching item found, try again. Well, you might think that it's broken, but really you need to select item type. So what ends up happening is it'll select parts, or you can click any, or you can click minifigure. You can also just choose to click set in general, which I don't use very often, but we can select any, or we can select minifigure. So I'm just going to select any. I'm going to try it again. And now it pulls up Aragorn. And this is Aragorn minifigure from the Rivendell set. It'll tell you the item ID. And yeah, it's super slick. Again, you can click add. And now Aragorn is in your BrickStore. So if we were to do another part, let's say I was to click this button again, now it automatically will select minifigure because that is what it pulled up before. So you're just going to have to go back to either any or part, depending on what you're going to upload next. A couple things. Heads are generally okay. It's usually pretty good with heads, but you are going to kind of have to hold them. I've found that if I use a part to attach the head to, it kind of gets confused and will try to find both the head and the part at the same time. And so it gets a little tricky that way, but maybe you have some tips if you use this yourself that I don't know about, but I've found the best way to do it is to just hold it underneath. You can lay it down, of course, but again, it might roll. So you could find yourself maybe a little bit of like a cloth or something that's, this is just a slidey desk under here, but perhaps you could find something that will allow it to do it. But it's so quick and it's so powerful, and I just love using it. It takes sticker parts, it takes everything. The other thing that can get a little tricky for me that I found is hair pieces. So I have a hair piece right here, and generally speaking, it will grab it, but sometimes you have to hold pieces at certain angles for it to kind of recognize what it is. Some parts are super, super simple. It actually does a really good job of depth as well. But some parts are a little more tricky. This one, of course, when I'm trying to like get it to not do it, it doesn't. But I will just say that hair pieces can be challenging once in a while. But more often than not, Brickognize really recognizes every piece. And I've even found non-Lego parts by using Brickognize, where I was trying to upload a Lego part and it was like, we don't recognize this. And I thought, what do you mean? It's like a simple, and then I look at it and it's not a Lego part. So it can help you filter out non-Lego pieces as well. But let me know if you have any other tips and tricks that you use for Brickognize, and I hope this helps you out. I hope this short little tutorial video, I suppose, helps you out because, again, like I said, I've had several people reach out and ask, how do I identify my parts? And so even if this helps just a few people out, then I will feel really good about it, because I just want it to be easy and accessible to everybody who wants to enjoy the Lego hobby, whether you're a Bricklink seller or you're just trying to identify some parts in your own inventory and sort of discover what you have. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But remember, until then, keep on building. Jim out.